What's up, guys? It's Damo here, and today we're going to be doing something that's quite fun and a special video for everyone. We are going to be ranking on a tier list all of the different ways that you can support other hunters in Monster Hunter Wilds. Joining me is my good friend Upgrade.
Hello.
So, some people who, hang out a lot, they may know who Upgrade is. People, especially if they're a Hunting Horn player, if they're in a lot of the Discords, you'll know who he is. But do you want to give yourself just a quick little introduction, mate?
Yeah, so I mostly do like hunting horn guides, not on YouTube yet, but for the most part, just writing out giant Google Docs, doing like deep analysis of the different random systems that we've had in the past over the last couple of games. So looking at things like the Talisman system in Sunbreak, or the Curio system, or the modern Talisman system that we have in Wilds, as well as like doing a lot of hunting horn theory crafting, and generally joining others in content creation, which is what I'm going to be doing today.
Yeah, look, a really good thing, because there's going to be a lot of bowgun players, who follow my channel. An easy way to describe it, guys, is what I do for the bowguns. He does that for hunting horn and turns it up to 11. Like, that's probably the simplest way to describe it, but there's obviously so much more, like him being a co-founder of the Wiggler project, which is essentially, you got me for the bow guns, you've got Upgrade for hunting horn. You basically have an individual or a team of theory crafters for every single weapon, working on that Wiggler project. So obviously I'm happy that I'm with a team with Herald and Scrub, and sometimes I get a few others to also assist. But I don't quite think you have that luxury, do you? Grade? Do you, Upgrade?
I've up until very recently, I've had the luxury of being a one-man army. So I'm very, very excited to have other people hopping onto the team soon. But yes, it's definitely a lot of time and a lot of work. So yeah, and you guys have been doing great work on the Bogon side. So props to you guys.
Look, really appreciate that. So look, let's get into this tier list. And one just really quick thing before I say it, just want to give a huge shout out to Sash. His video on why support builds don't work in Monster Hunter Wilds. I think it's Monster Hunter in general. Which Upgrade actually features in. I'm going to link that one in the description for everyone to go and watch, because it's a great video. And shout out to Sash. He is the guy for Switch Axe. So you've kind of got like a whole bunch of different weapon specialists giving their input on these things. But his video was massive inspiration for this. And, it's no surprise that just like Sash, I want to have Upgrade here helping me as we talk about support. So anything else you want to say before we dive into this tier list, Raid?
Let's do this.
All right, yeah, I'm keen. Look, first things first, we're going to be looking at just specifically the item, the Demon Powder. Now, Demon Powder plus 10 raw for 3 minutes for your whole party. If you do use a pre-buff build and you powder before you go into the hunt, then someone else using Demon Powder in the hunt is not like super useful. But the thing is, it only lasts if you pre-buff and have item prolonger on your set. It's 4.5 minutes, but then that's going to wear off after 4.5 minutes. And I know that plenty of these 9-star monsters take longer than 4.5 minutes for the average player to kill, meaning that you're going to get more uptime on an extra 10 raw. It's completely free. You just quickly sheath your weapon, set the powder off. What are your thoughts on this, and where should we place it, Upgrade?
Um, oh man, Demon Powder basically is like saying, do you want a free, do you want Adrenaline Rush active all the time for free? It's super cheap, super solid, super consistent. So I think that's a fast S. Like that, it immediately goes into S tier, because all it does is it gives you additional damage, which gives you additional openings. Just really, really nice, consistent item that every single hunter should have on hand.
Yeah. I mean, the only reason why you probably wouldn't put it in S is because and like this is why I'm kind of thinking A, is because it's so good. It's almost a product of its own success. It's almost like its own success is what makes it less useful as a support option, because, well, everyone's going to have it. So you proccing it is like they're already going to have it procced. However, for the people when they don't have it procced, maybe they don't have the resources to use it every hunt, then it is incredible. It's that first point of adrenaline rush, which is its strongest level, is also 10 raw, except you just activate it straight up for 3 minutes. And if you have item prolonger, then that becomes 4.5 minutes. It is one of the best things you can definitely do. I'm fine to leave it in S tier for now, but I think we may lower it to A later.
We'll see where it goes.
Yeah. Okay. Armor powder. Is that what it's? Is that the true name for it?
Um, I think the fact that we don't know is enough of an indictment on how effective this is. Um, yeah, so defense. The thing about defense is that if you're not preventing a cart, it's basically useless. If you have enough armor to prevent the one shot, which you should probably have by upgrading your sets or just to maximum armor values, then you will never, ever, ever need this powder.
Yeah.
So,
Look,
yeah, I think. Well, we'll see. Damo, what's your piece?
I mean, if it prevented a one shot, then it's like almost S tier, right? But then it's like a two shot. I don't care if I take 70% or 90% because in both scenarios, I'm going to have to heal anyway, and the next attack is going to kill me. So, like, I can see situations in the future, and this has not really happened in any previous Monster Hunter games. Situations in the future where it's like, if I have this armor powder, armor skin, I don't even know what it's called because we really don't use them much. If that prevents the one shot or, turns a 50%, which is a two shot, into like 45%, then that would be really good. But at the moment, they just don't do enough. For me, it's an instant F tier. Not super F, because in my mind, super F is something that is bad now and will literally never be good just because of the fundamentals of the game. F tier is something
Or it's
that
just
is
actively detrimental.
or just makes things worse by having it. Whereas, like, at least this, you could set it off, and sure, it's not a good idea to set it off, but I can see the potential in the future for an attack that maybe was a one-shot to now no longer be a one-shot because of that extra 10 defense. Will that ever happen? I don't know. For now, that goes in F tier.
Yep.
Dust
I
of
agree
Life.
with that.
Dust of Life. This
Dust of Life.
invalidates so many other forms of support in the game.
Yeah.
You heal your whole party. It's a fast heal. You don't need anything else for it to work. And we'll get to those other things later. But, like, A or S, where is this one going, man?
I think this one's going S. It's so good that you shouldn't be using anything else, and you should have crafting materials to make it on hand at all times.
Yeah. I mean, I only take 2 with me per hunt, but if you're someone who really wants to support your team, you want to keep people alive, you want to heal people, you don't even need a full build to do it. You just have to use this item. It does all of that. Like,
It's more effective than like certain skills that are tailored towards support. We'll preview it at that.
Yes. Now this one here is really interesting, right? So the Herbal Powder, which does a little heal, a bit like a Dust of Life. The healing is a lot less, but then if people are poisoned, it's also going to cure the poison. Now, look, I mean, 20 minutes ago, we were talking about Risen Chameleos, and if that ever comes back, then this becomes like probably like an A or B tier item. But at the moment, no monsters do poison in a way that is actually scary for me, so I'm thinking like C or D. What about you, mate?
I'm inclined to say D tier. This is like an emergency healing item at best on 95% of the monster roster, and on the part that it isn't, people will probably have something on hand to deal with the poison.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I'm just putting that in D tier, because you shouldn't be carrying these around on a regular basis.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Oh, this is a good one now. Shock Trap. Alright, so I should probably have prefaced at the start of this video that we're looking at this from 3 different perspectives of hunting. So you have like your speed running, you have your people who are like power farming. Now, I just want to, distinguish between the two. Speedrunners are the ones who do, 300 resets to get that one perfect time. The power farmers are the ones who are going to not hunt something as quick as that single speed run. They'll be like maybe 30 seconds slower, but they're not resetting, right? They're going to hunt that monster, 30 times in a row for the materials, like the talisman farming we're doing now. And then you've got sort of that more casual audience who they just want that monster to be completed. They want to try and clear it with as little carts as possible, and they want to be as safe as possible when doing it. We're sort of making this tier list on all three audiences, and one of the things about shock traps is not only is it essential for speedrunners, right? Because, they want to cap every monster to, deal with it as fast as possible, unless they're doing TA Wiki rule set.
Yeah.
Power farmers are always going to use these things. And even like a casual hunters, they're not killing monsters as fast. Like what might take me 5 minutes could take them 15 minutes. But if they're not trapping the monster at the end, that adds like an extra 5 minutes onto the length of their hunt, because the monster will run away and all these other things. Not only is it about capping monsters at the end. Sorry, I cut you off. I just wanted to finish here quickly, Raid. You can just craft like 3 shock traps and make a massive opening, which is what you see in the Hame runs. So, what were you going to say, Raid?
Yeah, I was about to say, especially for casual players, this is a good panic button. Worst comes to worst, if something's really going down and you have no other options, the best thing you can do is set down a shock trap and run in the other direction and put the shock trap between you and the monster. Because the monster will walk right into the shock trap, and you have an opening to do whatever you need to do. If you need to heal, you need to heal. If you need to hit the monster a little bit harder to get it to stun because you have a feeling that it's coming, go ahead and get that stun. You can do whatever you need to do in that window of time. Shock traps give a really, really large window of aggressive opportunity, and I think that that's just going straight into S tier. Like, there's no question in my mind.
I agree.
Goes into S tier.
I agree that Shock Trap goes into S tier. I even want to put it above Dust of Life. My reason for that is because you have to look at this game. There are no Elder Dragons in this game, and the only monsters that can't be put in a Shock Trap are like Raidao and Zoshia, and but other than that, everything else can go into a Shock Trap. I might be missing like one other like Thunder monster. But I know like Laggy can definitely go into shock traps. I know Laggy can, and then you look at all the other like challenging monsters in this game. Seregios, Gore, like all of them can go into shock traps. You want an opening against Gore because it's running around like crazy. Shock trap, and you can do this 3 times if you bring the crafting materials. You can do it 3 times in a hunt. It's amazing. Like if you are talking about playing support, consider placing shock traps for your teammates. It is so good. And on that note,
free.
Yeah, it is really free. On that note, Pitfall traps, also very, very good. They don't activate as fast as shock traps. Is the only thing.
Yeah, they're a lot slower.
And sometimes monsters, like half of their body might be in the ground, so you can lose access to hit zones. So for me, that's an A tier, just like below shock traps, basically.
Yeah. Easy A.
All right. Oh man, we got some fire ones here. Like, can I just say right now, the next 2, for me, straight into S tier with how much they do. We'll talk about them one at a time, but can I just do this quickly? Like,
oh yeah, no question, they're going into S tier.
Like, I didn't realize we really had this a front like loaded list here in terms of ways of support. Flash pods. So let's imagine you have a friend, like you're casual hunting. You're doing a Seregios, it's 9-star, 5 diamond, and it probably takes you 20 minutes. Your mate has just gotten hit by Seregios, and he needs to heal. Now, you can Dust of Life him. Don't get me wrong, you can Dust of Life him, and that's good because he needs healing. But he's also himself going to be trying to heal, while he's also trying to run away from the monster, and he's stressing. And all he needs is for that quick little opening so that he can breathe and get that healing done. You flash the monster, and there you go. He gets everything he needed. For me, this supersedes, like, this is probably, you know what? It's here for me. It, of everything we have here, right? I don't know if you disagree with this or not, but
Really?
for me, it's there
I,
because it
hmm.
is amazing. And you have to consider that not just in the terms of I'm going to flash the monster so my friend can heal, but now think about the amount of flash dunks. Look at Arc Tempered, not New Udra. That one, you can't flash New Udra and Gore, so maybe that's what brings flashes down a bit. But Arc Tempered, what's that monster? What's the big fish called? What's
Oh, Uthduna. Yep.
Uthduna? It does a belly flop attack. It is the most telegraphed attack, and sure, let's go counter it or perfect guard to activate offensive guard. No, none of that. You flash it and you get this massive opening. Like, the amounts of use for flashes, and flashes can stop monsters from leaving. This is huge in preventing Lagiacrus from going in the water. For me, flashes, they like easily beat everything else that's in S tier. Like,
So I think in high rank, they're going to be S tier. But as soon as we start getting to master rank, or as soon as we start getting even more aggressive monsters, this is going to go into like low S to A tier. Because the consistency of Flash Podge will drop just precipitously. Whereas traps will always be able to cut time off of your hunt.
true, true.
And so, yeah,
And I guess when the monsters are flash immune, it's like less good, but man, like Arkfeld, he swipes with his chains once, he swipes with the chains again, and then he like jumps up and goes to slam them down, and as he jumps up, you time the flash, and you just get this like great opening. Like, I feel like in the hands of a skilled player, flashes are S tier, but maybe when you're a less skilled player, it's not as good, whereas traps are just so free. So maybe we'll put it like here.
yeah, I think that's where it
Maybe there,
goes.
because
It's
like
just
traps.
below paralysis traps.
Yeah, because I will say that like shock traps, you can literally just put it down and it's never going to do something wrong, right? Like, it's always
Yep.
good. Whereas like flashing, you really want to leave it up to the good players to flash. So
Also, with flashes, you use them and you can miss.
not with
With
blindsider.
shock traps, you can pick them back up and go somewhere else with them, especially in wilds.
Yeah, that is
Before they used to be
nice.
completely consumed, but now you can just pick them up and take them with you. There's no penalty to missing those things.
That is true. I mean, with flashes, you see a lot of like level 1 slots free on a build, so you just stick blindsider in there. But I will say that as this game is moving forward, there is less and less. Also, there's more and more competition for those 1 slots. So I understand people not running the blindsider decoration. Guns have been running blindsider for the last 6 months, and it's been amazing. But I do understand, like, yeah, like shock traps are just so free. So I'm happy with it there, but just know that in the hands of a good player, flashes. I mean,
Yeah,
they're still S tier. It's
top
not
of
like
S.
it's not
Yeah,
like we've ranked
top
them
of S
low.
for speedrunners.
Yeah, like, I'm talking about third place currently like it's low. Like, no, that is still super good. But speaking of low, screaming pods. They work against 2 monsters. The 2 monsters that you use them against aren't even hard monsters. If they released a monster, like, if they released like because the 2 monsters, the Balahara and Yain Cuckoo, if they released Arch Tempered Yain Cuckoo, then we'd see these things get used more and they'd be actually good. But right now, they're F tier. Then they're below
Yeah,
the armor.
if we get like, I don't know, Bloodbath Diablos or something, then maybe or Black Diablos, then maybe we'd have a conversation. But
Yeah.
until then, yeah, they're definitely F tier.
Yeah, they can't go in Super F because there is the potential that we get like a monster that's, got some use for it. Like, you can envision at least some use for it. But don't worry, guys, we will have stuff in the Super F tier coming very soon.
Oh, don't worry,
It's gonna
it's
come.
coming.
This one's really interesting. I think a lot of people, when they clicked on this video, were wondering where we were going to put wide range as a skill. Because with wide range, that's what allows you to use mega potions. That's what allows you to use a might seed. I think both of those are. Actually, I think the might seed idea is okay if other people aren't using their own might seeds already. I think the mega potion idea is terrible because it is slower than a dust of life, and it heals less than a dust of life, and you may as well just use the dust of life. You don't need wide range on your build.
Also, RIP your 1 slots.
Say goodbye to all your 1 slots there. Like, you have to actually
Say bye to
lose
Blindsider.
damage. Yeah. Yeah, no,
Bio
no
to oil cell
blindside.
mobility, bio to environmental damage negation.
Yeah, all of the nice little things you could add to the end of your build have to go because you want to run wide range. And I think this is a good time to give a shout out to Pokaju, who is the Wiggler Theory Crafter, or one of the Wiggler Theory Crafters for Sword and Shield. Quoting him now, he says that the wide range builds, just to fit wide range, you have to take, I think it was about a 5% DPS loss, because you can't fit all of your core skills when you need to dedicate 5 level 1 slots, because no build has 5 free level 1 slots. Maybe with a God Charm, but the majority of players don't have God Charms. So wide range is not actually great, and I think this tier list has already shown that there is plenty of supporting capabilities you can do without needing wide range on your build. That being said, the strongest part of wide range is something we haven't spoken about yet in this video, and that is the Might Pill, which adds 25 raw for 20 seconds. Now, if you use Item Prolonger, you can increase that to 30 seconds, but that's 3 more level 1 slots that you would need. So it's like,
Yeah.
it is still a big boost. And if you are, if you are smart about when you use these, for example, the monster runs past you and then you know it's going to be about a second and then it's going to run back to you. There's a lot of monsters that have those sort of overshooting attacks where you can't damage them in that time, but you could quickly pop a Might Pill. You do that and you share that with the team and that becomes really good. But it's only in the hands of skilled players.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's only in the hands of the super skilled players, and it's not going to be great for your own build because you are losing DPS to do that. So for me, wide range as a whole, when we consider everything, when we consider its peaks, for me, it's about C tier. Like, it has some
I would say,
uses.
yeah, lower C.
Yeah.
The thing is with wide range, like if you are chugging, the best it does for casual players is when you need to chug a potion and everyone else is missing a little bit of health, you're helping everybody out. But that's about as good as it gets. If you're sitting there chugging potions because you have wide range, you shouldn't have taken wide range in the first place, because there are just so many other, issues that are going on with the hunt. The monster should not be causing enough problems for the entire party that wide range should be necessary at all times. If you run out of Dust to Life, someone's already carded because there's no way you can keep up with that much healing.
Pretty much, yeah. And like, I was circling my mouse over Dust of Life earlier because like Dust of Life just makes wide range potions almost obsolete, right? It's literally just a way of having more ways to heal, but you can bring, I believe when you craft more Dusts of Life, it becomes an extra 7. So you start with 2 and then you get an extra 5. I think it's something like that. Like, you get quite a few. So yeah, guys, you really don't need to be chugging potions with wide range. That is not the best way to support other hunters. Just use a Dust of Life. It's actually easier to do. You don't have to build for it. You can still have, that extra point of agitator on your build. But the Might Pill idea for skilled players can actually be good. You want to really support your team. You want to sort of build into it. That is the best sort of combo that you can do. So it gets...
That being said...
Yeah, go on.
The stronger we get, the more it falls off, because it is flat raw.
Yes. Yes, it is flat raw.
And so we're going to have more room for wide range, but wide range will still become significantly worse because it's worth less % of your overall raw.
Yeah.
So you also start running into that issue where wide range is no longer good for your skill economy because you can run something much better for the rest of your team. Mm-hmm. I would think even that just for your own personal use, speed eating is worth, 3 slots and is significantly better than wide range.
Yeah.
And then if you throw in
Blindsider
on top of that, or Item Prolonger,
yep,
then you're getting much better mileage out of your 1 slots. So if you have 5 1 slots, I would not recommend using them on wide range.
Yeah, no. Like, right now, it's C tier because if you do put 5 points to it and then you have a Might Pill, that is about a 10% increase. But that's a 10% increase now. So wide range is C tier now, and it's probably only going to get worse in the future. But for now, we're going to keep it at C tier. And then, all right, Mushroomancer. I've obviously shortened these so they can be square, but Mushroomancer. There's only one place I want to put Mushroomancer, man. I don't know if you agree
Yep.
with me.
I think that's our
Yeah.
first super.
So I just want to quickly talk
This
about
is skipping
Mushroomancer.
your radial menu. This is skip your radial. This is forget how to radial menu the skill, because they merged item crafting and item use into the same menu item in the wheel now in Wilds. That's a nice little QOL change that they made that completely invalidated Mushroomancer. If you need more than 10 or 20 or like mega potions, I think you need to go to easier content. And I say this with all the love of every hunter out there in the world. Just don't. If you're struggling that much, just maybe take 5, practice on an easier version of set monster, and then come back to it. Because practice, perfect practice makes perfect. Chugging away at the monster and having 40 different kinds of mushrooms go into your gullet does not a hunt make.
I love that. Yeah, look, the thing is, guys, Mushroomancer is 3 level 2 slots. You know what else is 3 level 2 slots? Counter-Strike. And Counter-Strike is... How much raw is it upgrade at level 3? It's like 25 raw or something.
It's something like 30 raw. It's something absurd.
Like, I would never... And, like, I play bowguns, right? Bowguns is probably the worst weapon for Counter-Strike in this game. I would still put Counter-Strike well above something like Mushroomancer, because at least when I do get hit, because I get hit, right? Like, I do get hit, and that's for 45 seconds, I get plus 30 raw, or if it's 25 raw, however high it is, the point is
yeah,
that...
you were right, it was 25.
It's 25 raw? Yeah, thanks for checking that for me. I mean, that's the same as a might pill, but more than twice the length. Right? And just for getting hit.
And
which
it's refreshable.
And you can refresh it. So if I get hit a few times, it ends up being good. Mushroomancer is super F because not only is it, like, bad, it will never be good. Like, there is no possible way for this skill to get good unless they out and out go and completely change it. The problem with all these mushrooms...
Yeah.
They don't stack.
You can't farm these things.
They don't
can't
stack.
Really farm
Like,
these things
the way to
effectively
get
either.
more attack... The way to get more attack doesn't stack with things like a Might Seed. So, and if you want to support people, remember, Mushroomancer on its own doesn't support people. You need to combine it with Wide Range. So your build is 5 level 1 slots and 3 level 2 slots just to do this. Like, if you want to run Wide Range, like, it's okay. It's in CT. You can see how explanation we just did on it. But Mushroomancer is so bad. Like, please do not run this skill. Like, please don't run this skill.
Also, if you eat a Mandragora and you have wide range, it does nothing. So
No.
please do not try and use this to supplement your max potions. It's not worth it. Just build up the materials you need to craft your own max potions and use them for yourself. And if someone else needs healing, use a Dust of Life. There are 2 items that you can have on your wheel that you can craft like 15 of, and you don't need 8 armor slots to do it.
It's kind of like the first thing you said is just, guys, learn how to use the radial menu rather than have 8 armor slots being used for this.
I beg of you, please do not chug shrooms.
No, exactly. Do not chug shrooms.